Okay, good afternoon. Today we're here with some representatives from the Allen County Sheriff Department. And Andre, we'll start with you and we'll let you guys introduce yourselves and maybe tell us a little bit about your positions that you're currently doing with the Sheriff Department.
My name is Andre McConaughey. I've worked for the Allen County Sheriff's Office since 2005. And my first 2 years as an auxiliary officer, in end of 2006, I was hired full-time. I worked through the patrol division the majority of my career. I was promoted to a patrol supervisor about 4 years ago. From that point, I jumped up several ranks, did a lot of new things for our department, and ended up in a role called Public Information Officer, which is not something we'd ever had before. I've been doing that for about a year. The role of public information is to just communicate. It's exactly what it sounds like. Communicate with the public, communicate with the media, and communicate better within our own office.
My name's Brianna. I've been working with the Sheriff's Office since October of last year, and I graduated from the Akron Police Academy and then moved back here because I wanted to be a part of this community and work around the city of Lima as well as Allen County. I'm currently on the road doing patrol on second shift.
So you came in early for us today. Oh, we appreciate that tremendously. So tell us some of the things, Brianna, that you do. Give me a typical day, or I'm sure there's probably no typical day in the day of the life. Give me some of the things that you do on a regular basis.
There's a lot of different things that I do as far as being on the road. A lot of it has to do with handling calls, talking to the community, answering people's questions or their needs, going to their houses if they have needs there. I also am stopping cars, doing patrol, talking to pedestrians as they're walking on the sidewalks, just communicating with everyone around.
So when you work second shift, what area do you actually cover with the Allen County Sheriff's Department?
It varies depending on what side. And this has been like this since I started and even before. They generally start the shift with a certain amount of deputies. You split that group evenly, and one side is assigned west and one side is assigned east, and that you kind of flip-flop so you don't get stuck in the same area.
Okay.
But if you can imagine, draw an imaginary line down the middle of the county, and you kind of disperse out from there.
So as you guys were sitting and being high school students, what actually made you decide that, this is the job I want to do?
I had a lot of influential people. So I had people in my family, friends that were in law enforcement. I also did ride-alongs. I did a ride-along in high school with the Sheriff's Office as well as the Lima Police Department. And then when I went to college, I did ride-alongs up around Akron too, just to kind of get a feel for what things were like.
How about you, Andre?
I originally had my mind set on law school. But what I did was I started off with a criminal justice degree, and through that I met a lot of people in the academies. I went to school in Dayton, met a lot of people going through the academies, and really just started falling in love with what they did. It was, and that's what actually guided me this way. I really, as a senior, wasn't 100% sure that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about degrees. What kind of a degree do you have to be able to work for the Allen County Sheriff Department?
To work for our office, the absolute minimum is an Ohio Peace Officers Training Certificate. That is, I believe, about 640 hours now, I think, or somewhere in there. That can be done at any private academy in Ohio or a few public academies. Locally, we have Apollo, and we have Rhodes currently that both provide police academies that you can go through. There are some accelerated academies out at Rhodes. I believe they take around 3 months or so. The majority takes 6 to 9 months, somewhere in there. But having said that, for promotions and things like that, some agencies do require certain things, associate's degrees, and then from the more you obtain from there, the better chances you have moving up the ranks.
So what kind of skill sets, if you went to work in law enforcement, such as you guys, what kind of skill sets would you say would be make the job easier if you have a good personality, if you're outgoing, or whatever the case may be?
I think those are all really good things, but something that I really admire about the people I work with is their integrity and the fact that I know they always have my back. So if I'm going on a call and I need more help, I know that somebody's going to be there as soon as I call. and they also have a lot of integrity. So I know that they're trying their best, they're doing their hardest. If they don't have an answer to a question that I ask, they're going to talk to a supervisor or somebody else, and I know they always have my back.
Very good.
I would just add to that being personable, you have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to have some empathy for people and things they go through. One of the things I think I was told early on was you have to understand that no matter how many thousands of times you handle the same kind of call, in that person's life, it might be the first time they've ever experienced that, and it's the most important thing in the world to them at that moment. So you have to have the personality to have sympathy and to be able to work with people.
Absolutely. And I guess for myself, I'm really thankful that there are people like you that have the integrity and actually care for people. I've been fortunate enough to serve on grand jury duty and understand the stress in your lives. But boy, what honor it is to have people do the things that you guys do. So I know, Brianna, you're a young professional, and you're a young professional too, Andre. Why don't you guys tell us both what you like about Lima, the live, work, and play in Lima? What sticks out about our region that draws you to this area?
I grew up in this area, so it's home to me. I'm really comfortable with it, and I thought I wanted to be in a big city, so that's why I went to Akron. And then once I got there, I realized I missed a lot of the little stuff back home, like the family restaurants, my family, friends, and I knew the sheriff's office is where I wanted to work because I wanted to work for a county, and what better place than back home where I was familiar with the area.
Very good. How about you, Andre?
I grew up in Delphus. I've worked all over in different businesses in Lima and Delphus, and I love the area. I would say the same. I thought initially that maybe I would want to work, as I said, I went to school in Dayton. I thought maybe I'd want to work in that environment. As I came back here, did ride-alongs and things with people, I saw, especially at the sheriff's office and then even with Lima City Police Department, every opportunity that they have in law enforcement somewhere like Dayton, those opportunities are here also. You can branch out from obviously into a role, for me, a role that never even existed here, but we have detectives, we have drug task force investigators, we have patrol, corrections. There's nothing missing from our agency that you're going to find somewhere else. You can do it here.
You both mentioned ride-alongs, and you mentioned something, Brianna, about high school students being able to do a ride-along. How old do you have to be, and what would a student do if they went to do a ride-along with you?
When I did my ride-alongs, I was about 17 years old, and I just called up to the sheriff's office. I called LPD. Sometimes you'll have to fill out a waiver, and then other than that, they're just going to tell you to come in plain clothes. You're going to show up on whatever shift you decided to ride with them, and they'll kind of handle it from there.
Okay, very good. Anything else you two can think of that you'd like to share with the high school students watching this as far as the Allen County Sheriff Department?
I would point there are a lot of jobs available here. And again, our agency is small enough where you become a close family, like Brianna kind of alluded to, but it's large enough where any experience that you want to experience in law enforcement, you're going to see here. And you're going to be able to branch out. So there are jobs here, good jobs, and jobs that you can support a family and live a great life on.
So if somebody is interested in working for the Allen County Sheriff Department, do you have advice for them on what school would be the best one for them to go to, or how do they choose where they want to go to school?
I'll be biased because I did go locally. I really liked Apollo's program. I went to the academy at Apollo. I chose to do my more formal education. I did online where I got my bachelor's, and then I attended UNOH for my master's in business. But our local schools are great, but that's not. I know Brianna went to Akron, and I don't think I don't think there's a lot outside of this community that they can provide that they can't provide here at Rhodes or at Apollo.
Very good. And you said it's 600 and some hours?
Yeah, don't quote me on that.
Okay.
It's 640 to Does that sound
I'd
right?
say 6
Like-
to 700. I know it goes up every year.
Okay.
So they add hours every year.
Well,
Fitness,
go ahead.
fitness test that
Oh,
has
yes.
become a state, and actually we were just discussing this on the way over. The year that I graduated the academy was the first year that it became mandatory. And believe it or not, they have entry standards you have to be able to make not even get into the academy, and then there's an exit standard that you have to pass. They still lose a lot of students to that. So if you're able to make those entry standards and you're still away from the exit standards, and that is a goal, you got to work to get there.
Got to be physically fit
Yeah.
then.
Mhm.
Very
And
good.
those standards can be found online at APATA's website.
Perfect. Well, again, we thank you all for protecting us on a day-to-day basis. You are amazing people, and we appreciate all of your staff. And thanks for coming in and talking to our high school students, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.